Hi guys. I want to discuss with you something about Thinkerbell Labs Private Limited. This very same company, it came in Shark Tank India, and they showed a smart interactive system for Braille learning. So if you want to see, you can see the episode in Shark Tank India, or you can go to my previous YouTube video. I have discussed about that in short. Now I want to discuss about their invention in detail. So I have went to these documents here. Now these are the documents that have been submitted by the applicant. So out of this I am opening this complete specification and drawing. So I have already opened this in another tab. Okay, so I just want to explain you like what exactly their application is and what it does. So this application will be useful, quite useful to the visually challenged people. Like these people, they have to depend on this general Braille books and Braille scripts. So a digital media, like it can further enhance their learning, and it can help them in a long way. So this is the purpose for which this Thinkerbell Labs, they have designed a an invention to help them learn and communicate these braille symbols. So what they have done, the base is entirely a microcontroller. This microcontroller is programmed to do a lot of things. Okay, so there are three inputs. One, you have a digital braille slate, then you have a braille keyboard, and then you have a proximity touch sensor. Okay, so this application, like it has seen the applicant, he has seen like all the sort of possible input areas. Like see, these days you can you give input through this keyboard, so they have a specified a braille keyboard here. Okay, then they have a digital braille slate. Like many of you must be using a stylus on your mobile, or you may have seen this input pen. Like many of the online classes that we attend, they are having input pen and they write it on a slate. So they also have a digital braille slate, and they give the they give the this visually challenged person a stylus so that he can write on this slate, and that can be given a input to the microcontroller. Then there is another proximity touch sensor. So some of the input, it can go through touch as well. Okay, then you have a audio amplifier, and this audio, there is a speaker is also there. So you can see like it can give output in the form of sound. Now you have vibration motors. So I'll explain you like what it is going to do. And this microcontroller, it will give the output as display in standard braille display and in large braille display. There are two cells and these are six cells, and these are actuator drivers. So actuator, by this actuator mechanism, you can display this braille on the display. So and there is a feedback system, because as this is a mechanical actuator, so there is a feedback system so that it helps in the overall functioning of this device. Okay, so now I go to the claims. So this applicant has filed for some claims. So there are a total of around 10 claims, and based on these 10 claims, the applicant is seeking protection for this invention. Okay, so what it is, so this is a smart interactive audio and tactile data input output system. Okay, this is a there is this interactive audio, like you can talk and then you can get a output voice. And there is tactile data, like tactile data is the purpose, you are giving input and then it is output you are getting. So there tactile data input output system. Now there is a external power supply to provide power and battery management system. It's similar to a laptop. So you have a external power supply and you have a battery. So the battery charges, and like in laptop we have a battery charge and it can work without an external power supply. Then you need to charge, discharge, and so on. This goes on. So there is a power supply, and there is a microcontroller which is associated with it. This microcontroller is similar to the processor, it does all these key things. And then there is a braille keyboard which acts as an input mode for users to type in braille data and navigate across different modes. Okay, so and this is the Braille keyboard. And then there is a Braille slate which acts as input for users to enter Braille data by writing or embossing dots using a stylus. Okay, so you use a stylus and like write and you emboss the dots, then this can be also a input mechanism. Then there is a proximity sensor which serves as an additional input mode where the user touches or taps the proximate touch sensor. A signal is sent to the microcontroller. The use you know this is a sensor, so you tap it and then it can input to the microcontroller. Then there is a large Braille display and actuator mechanism which communicates with the microcontroller. So this is the actuator mechanism. There is a large Braille display and it communicates with the microcontroller. And there is a standard Braille display, and this is also driven by the actuator driver. Okay, so there are two displays. One is this large display and there is a standard display. So both they have actuator mechanism. And audio amplifier amplifies the audio signal from the microcontroller and sends the amplified audio signal to the speaker or a headphone via an audio jack. So there is an audio amplifier. Now there is a port to connect internet connectivity, so you can use this to connect to the internet. So the power and battery management system regulate and switch the input supply voltage to necessary lower voltage level required by the individual modules. So okay, so power management system, like as this is a microcontroller, it needs very less power to run. So this power management system, it will like convert this whatever external power supply to the required power that the microcontroller needs. Okay, so the Braille keyboard has around 11 input keys, and there are at least 6 input keys are Braille keys corresponding to a dot in the Braille character, and at least 5 keys help to navigate the content and different modes of operation in the system. Okay, so this is based on the Braille input alphabets. So they have 6 input keys, and this other 5 input keys they will help to navigate. And there is coaxial Braille digital slate. It comprises of coaxial assembly of a slate cover, a slate embosser, a base spacer, and a printed circuit board and a stylus. Okay, so this is the constituent of this Braille slate. It is similar to our mobile stylus and display, so on which we write. Now this Braille slate reads input when the user embosses dots using a stylus. Okay, so this is a mechanism by which the user he inputs to the Braille slate. Okay, and there is a PCB printed circuit board inside. There is a printed circuit board inside this slate. So this PCB does all this processing and it sends the input to the microcontroller. So there is a proximity touch sensor generates different output feedback signals such as haptic feedback via vibrations of the vibration motor or the repetition of last audio instruction based on the touch or tap pattern. Okay, so what this proximity touch sensor does, it generates different output feedback, and through this vibration motor. Okay, so through this vibration motor, okay, so you give input through here, and then your micro through these vibrations, the microcontroller gives the output back. And this is for the repetition of last audio instruction based on the touch or tap pattern. Okay, so based on the audio instructions given, so it can does all these vibrations. Now there is a large Braille display. Okay, and this is the large Braille display is there, two cells, matrix of 6 pins arranged in 3 by 2 fashion. Okay, so each row has 3 pins. And okay, you can see this diagram over here. See, this is a large display, this is a large display, and this is a standard display. So you can see this arrangement of these pins. Now the actuator feedback mechanism detects any malfunction in the operation of electromagnetic actuators in the large Braille display and communicates it to the microcontroller, which sends corrective signal to the actuator driver. Okay, so now this actuator, as it is a mechanical system, so if it detects any malfunction of the operation of electromagnetic actuator, so likewise it's a feedback system and it can make necessary changes. So there are USB and LAN port normal in a computer, and like it directly indirectly it connected to the internet, allowing for remote software and content updates as well as the upload of data on large usage metrics. So this device, it can be connected to the internet, so we can download like software or content update, and we can as well update data on usage metrics. Now why this device, it could be a game changer, because like this will enable a visually challenged person to learn. And we know that a visually challenged person, like even though his eyes, he's challenged, visually challenged, but his other senses, they are very sharp, like their audio, their touch, these are very sharp. And this interactive system will further enhance his his other senses, so that, and he can learn quite faster, and he can, this would help him to learn things, and like it can basically help him to lead a normal life. So as he learns, he gains more and more knowledge. Now if something like we my idea is, perception here is that, like this device, it can help him in learning. But if we have some certain devices, like similar to this Amazon Kindle, like for braille, like where a visually challenged person, if he can read these braille books, and through a device which is similar to Amazon Kindle, like he can touch, and he can read, then this will help him more. So if contents they are brought, more and more contents, you get it for a visually challenged person. So something similar kind of a, like audio, like a touch and audio book, it could be more and more useful to him, and this will help him to learn more and more, so that as he learns more, this shall help him to lead a suitable life. So my perception is that, if similar to this application, if something, some sort of a book reader, if it can be developed, by which the visually challenged person can talk, and he can interact. Okay, interaction, you have these days, you have this Alexa or Siri and all these things, they're there to interact with a person. But if something, a person can like read a book, then that will like further enhances knowledge. So a similar kind of device, if can be developed, that will help a person to like to choose a audio book, or to read a audio book, so it could be more useful to him. So this is the application that I wanted to discuss about. I hope you found this video useful, and I hope you may get some idea, and you may come across something you can innovate, and which could be useful to a visually challenged person. And this will help you, and this should help the change the life of other people also. So thank you very much.